Moldy food kept at unsafe temperatures. Just a couple of the problems that inspectors find at Orange County restaurants. We've got the highs and lows in this edition of the Restaurant Report Card.
We begin with Tequila's Mexican restaurant in Bridge City. Inspector Scales noted all foods inside the cooler and freezer needed to be labeled and dated. Several vegetables were found with mold in the walk-in cooler. Live roaches were found in the restaurant, and an ice scoop was laying on top of the ice machine. The area around the back door needed to be cleaned, and the vents above the fryers needed to be cleaned of old grease. Tequila's Mexican restaurant gets an 81. Next, inspectors check out Kam Wah Buffet in Orange. A bucket of clams were found being stored at room temperature. All foods inside the freezers needed to be labeled and dated. Shrimp was defrosting in the water in the prep sink. Food needed to be covered inside the coolers. The front cooler was holding water and needed to be repaired. The vents above the fryers needed to be cleaned of old grease, and the floors throughout the kitchen and prep areas needed to be cleaned of old foods. Kam Wah Buffet gets an 81. Now on to Pinehurst Barbecue and Steak in Bridge City. An employee drink was found in the reach-in freezer on top of foods for public sale. That's a violation of good hygienic practices. Gnats were found inside a package of hamburger buns, and they were also found throughout the kitchen and storage room. The ice scoop was laying on top of onions, which could lead to cross-contamination. The racks inside the walk-in cooler were rusted and needed to be repaired. Pinehurst Barbecue and Steak gets an 86. And finally, Inspector Scales visits Church's Chicken in Bridge City. An employee from the convenience store side of the building was found making her food inside the restaurant. An employee drink was found on shelves without a lid and straw, which is a violation of good hygienic practices. The gaskets on the reach-in freezer was being held on by tape. The floors throughout needed to be cleaned of old grease and foods. Storage racks used to store clean dishes was rusted and in need of repair, and all the storage equipment needed to be cleaned. More general daily cleaning needed to be done, and used basketballs were found on equipment. Church's Chicken gets an 86.
And here's some more scores to pass along. DuPont Cafeteria in Orange a 94. Mutt and Jeff's Inviter a 97. Quiznos Subs also a 97, as well is McDonald's in Orange a 97. Some perfect scores of Woogie's sandwiches. I just like saying that. Inviter. Old Orange Cafe on West Division Street. The Jumping Bean in Little Cypress, and Taco Bell in Orange. A perfect score. For more scores and information, just log on to our website, KFDM.com.